All right, I'm going to show you exactly how to scale your wholesaling business up to 50 to 100,000 a month. And I'm going to share with you some of the mistake or some of the pitfall or some of the bottleneck that's actually holding you back from actually scaling, leveling up, and getting to that point, okay? So first off, let's talk about leads, okay? The biggest thing for, when we're talking about like growing your real estate business, your wholesaling business, the biggest thing is leads. So basically, where are we getting these leads from? Okay. So at the top of your funnel, this is leads. Okay. So once the leads hit your pipeline, what exactly will happen? Now the problem the problem here is maybe you're scattered. Okay. You focus on too many different ways to generate leads. Okay. So there's basically too many strategy, or you're doing the old strategy that used to work but doesn't work anymore. So it does feel like you're working harder, and it's harder for you to actually grow and scale and get more leads into the pipeline. So if I were you, I would pick two. So you got to have at least two marketing strategy to get leads coming into your pipeline. I wouldn't depend on one. But the problem with some of you is that you might be doing too many different types of marketing. Some of you might be cold calling, okay? You might be doing SMS. You might be doing direct mail. You might be doing PPL. You might be doing PPC, okay? Or Facebook ads. Or you're targeting, or you're reaching out to realtors, okay? So you're doing too many. And you're not consistent with any one of them. So what I would do if I were you is I would only focus on two and go all in on that two main strategy. How's my audio? Is it good? So I would focus on just two marketing strategy and go all in on that. Okay. Now, once the lead hits your pipeline, okay, you might not have a good CRM set up. So when the lead comes into your pipeline, you need to have a good CRM. Otherwise, your business is a mess. By having a good CRM, right, it's going to help you have a good follow-up systems, So once it hits your CRM, you need to have a good follow-up system. Because you need to understand that 60 to 70% of your deal will come from follow-up. So a lot of time on that initial offer that you offer the seller, that they say no, a lot of you, what you're doing is you're throwing that lead away. You don't follow up on that lead anymore. Or maybe you follow up on that lead once or twice, but then you kind of let it go. The reason why is because you don't have a good follow-up systems. And if you are depending on you or your employee to follow up on these leads, then I'm telling you right now, you're throwing a bunch of money in the garbage. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. If you are depending on you or your employee, your VA or your employee to follow up on these leads, then you're doing it all wrong. You're just working harder and not smarter, because you should automate your follow-up with AI. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. Okay? So once it hits your CRM, right, you got to make sure that you have a good follow-up. Okay? And your follow-up can be automated with AI. So the AI will do all the follow-up for you. And I'll share with you exactly how our follow-up sequence actually work. Okay? So first off, talk about leads. Okay? So leads comes in, hits your CRM. Okay? The next thing is we're going to talk about, okay, so once again, you only pick two out of these, okay? Only two. Don't try to do everything, and that's your problem, because you're trying to do too many different marketing strategy, and you're not locking in on specifically one or two that's actually going to work. And I'll tell you exactly which one we're working on right now. For us right now, it's mainly Facebook ads and direct mail, okay? So this is the two right now that we're putting all of our money in when it comes to generating leads. Okay. And then when the leads hits our CRM, our pipeline, okay, then the next thing is we're going to talk about speed to lead. Okay. How fast do you get to that lead? That's very, very important. So once again, you need to, if you have VAs who are basically qualifying all the leads for you, then you need to check. You need to check to see what time the lead comes in. When the lead hits your CRM to someone getting back to the seller, you need to close the gap. So for me right now is we actually have my AI Alex. Okay, so my AI Alex is the one who actually responds back to every single lead that hits her pipeline. And she responds back instantly. There will be no missed lead that will be left unqualified, untouched, or untalked to. So whether the seller calling in, or the leads are coming in through a text message or an email, maybe they saw your website or whatever it is. But you need to have someone, man, that can jump on that lead ASAP. Because if you don't, then the seller is going to call somebody else. So what I'm trying to say, if you're going to try to scale up to 100 to 50 to 100,000 a month, you need to tighten up your CRM, okay? You need to start automating it, and then you need to tighten up your follow-up. That's number 2. And then the next thing is you need to have somebody that will jump on it and qualify the seller instant once they hit your pipeline. If you don't, you're missing out on a ton of opportunity. So what we have noticed in our business is that once the seller opt in from our Facebook ads, right? Once they send over and there's nobody there to respond back to them right away, they're literally filling out another form, right? They're reaching out to another investor. So which means when that comes in, you got to catch them right away. If you don't, then it becomes a tag game, right? Like you're chasing them around, trying to chase down that lead. Okay. So the next thing, okay, so now that you got your CRM, you got your follow-up, okay, and then you got so I'm telling you, if you don't have AI in your business, the next move that you need to make, if you want to scale up to 50 to 100,000 a month with a low overhead, because a lot of you right now, you're trying to scale your business up and your overhead also scale up as well. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. We're able to go now, to wholesale nationwide in 20-something different market. And I'm able to cut my overhead by half. I cut my overhead by 50%. We cut down, we reduced our staff. So I let go of 3 VAs that were not producing. They were just there to clock in, clock out, to get a paycheck. So they're more like a liability, not an asset. So we got rid of those VAs. We took the money we saved from that, and then we put it into our Facebook ads. Whatever's working for you, you should continue to go all in on that. Now, if you're going to set up your Facebook ads, I highly suggest that you start out and start slow, right? So slowly scale up. Okay? Don't try to go big, man. Slowly scale up as you go. All right? So my next thing is, okay, so we're able to reduce our overhead by 50% while scaling up. The reason why is because of AI. So some of you, what you're doing is that as you're scaling up, you're bringing on more body. You're bringing on more employee. You're bringing more team, right? You're getting a bigger and bigger and bigger office space. So you're paying more just to have those people there. Or maybe when you're trying to scale up, maybe you're trying to outsource. You're trying to hire other company to cold call for you. And you're paying them $2,000, $3,000 a month, whatever the cost may be. I'm going to share with you exactly how to reduce the cost and still be able to scale up to 50 to 100,000 a month as well. And this is the mistake that I made too when I first started out. But the thing is, wholesaling today versus wholesaling a year, 2 years ago is completely different. The only way to scale up before was put more money on marketing, and you got to be able to hire more people, right? You got to have more people on your team because you don't want to work all day long. And some of you, maybe you are scaling up and maybe you don't have a high overhead because you're doing it all by yourself. You're a solopreneur. Okay, you're doing it all by yourself. I don't know about you, dude, but I do not want to work 8 hours a day. I do not want to work around the clock, right? I do not want to go around and qualify every single leads, talk to every single seller. I'm wasting time with unmotivated seller. Like, I still want to enjoy my life while I'm scaling up. Okay, so let me break this down for you, okay? Who here is trying to scale up their business, their wholesaling business, and their overhead is also growing as well? Okay? Who here is trying to scale up their wholesaling business and their overhead also is getting outrageous? Okay, so let me show you exactly how to do it. So basically, you know, obviously when we scale up, right, we know that marketing is the key, right? Spending more money on marketing to generate leads, to get leads comes in. And now which means we would have to hire, you know, people, whether it's VA or US employee, it doesn't matter. But even if you hire somebody from the US, dude, the minimum wage is going to eat up all of your profit. So maybe you're trying to scale up and then your profit is being eaten. So when you were doing, let's just say when you were making $20,000 a month, you were able to keep more of the profit. But also when you get to like 50 a month or 100,000 a month, you're making as much as you were when you were doing 20,000 a month. So when you were doing 20,000 a month, maybe it was just you. So you get to keep the entire profit. But now all of a sudden you scale to 50 a month to 100,000 a month, right? The revenue looks more, but the net went down. The reason why is because when you're scaling, you're hiring more people, you're looking for bigger office space, right? I'm not saying all of you, but some of you, right? You're expanding, you're getting bigger and bigger office space, you're hiring more and more and more people. And that's the problem. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in running, 50, 100 employee. Not interested. I'm going to show you how you can scale to 50,000, 100,000 a month with a small team, with just you and maybe one VA. It could just be you. And you do not have to work around the clock. You don't have to work 8 hours a day. I only work 1 to 2 hours per day in my wholesaling business. And we're in 20-something different markets. I'm going to show you how that is possible in today's world, 2026. Okay? And it's going to get even more wild in 2027. But let me share with you exactly how you can decrease your overhead, increase your profit margin, work less because you're going to work smarter, and have the system work for you. So if you're looking to scale and reduce your overhead and you don't want to run a bunch of employees, this is the way to go. Okay? This is the way to go. So first off, we're talking about leads. Okay? So lead comes in. Okay? Once again, you need to have a good CRM. So whatever CRM that you're using, you need to have a good CRM that is AI power. Okay? Powered by AI, which means the automation should be with AI. The automation means that when the lead comes in, AI is the one who's going to filter and qualify the lead. Before that, you would have to hire a VA, right? Before that, it's either you or a VA would have to qualify these leads that's coming in. But now you can do it with AI. So for me, I have what's called my AI Alex. She's the lead manager. Her job, she's the appointment settler. Her job is to qualify the seller, set the appointment if necessary. Correct? Now check this out. I used to have 3 VA just to qualify all the leads that comes into our pipeline because we do a lot of marketing. But we don't need them anymore because my AI Alex can do it 10x better. I should say 100x better. Why? Because it doesn't matter what time the leads comes in. It doesn't matter what day, what time. Alex works like clockwork, around the clock. So when the lead comes in, Alex will instantly, it does not take her 5 minutes, less than 5 seconds. Once the lead hits the CRM, basically once the lead hits our pipeline, our CRM, Alex will instantly respond back and talk to the seller. Dude, she took our appointment time to 98% booking rate. I know, that sounds wild. But the only way that you know that this is true is for those of you, if you run Facebook ads or if you have people calling in to your website or you're doing PPC or whatever it is, you understand. Like when the lead comes in, you need someone there ASAP. If not, it becomes where you're chasing them down. They stop responding to you because they already talked to another investor. They already booked an appointment with another investor. So you just lost out on that opportunity. So by having Alex, man, we let go 3 VAs. She does it 100x better. There was the lead that came in at 3 a.m. Boom. And when they come in at 3 a.m., you know how motivated they are. Probably just got home from work from a night shift or a swing shift and be like, dude, I'm so tired of this, man. Went online, saw our ads and decided to fill out. And imagine if you wait till the next day to call them or to text them. That lead would have been gone. They would have continued filling out more and more and more application, right? Trying to talk to more investor because they want that problem to be solved right now. So guess what? My AI Alex, that lead came in at 3 a.m. She literally booked an appointment the next day at 10 a.m. And I locked that deal under contract that we're going to make $25,000 on. This is the power, my friend, of AI. So once again, Alex, dude, can respond back to text, through email, or phone call. If they were to go to our website or saw the ads and because we put our phone number on there, and if the seller were to call in, Alex would answer. Instantly, like she would answer instantly. Ring, boom. She picks up the phone, qualify them. Okay. So that's why you don't need an employee. You don't need a VA to be your appointment settler, to qualify the lead for you. Okay. So now let's talk about the next step. Now that the lead has been qualified. Okay. And let me tell you, some of you, this is where you're at, man. This is your business. Okay. Because I have a couple of real estate friends that are doing a lot of deals. They're doing 10, 20, 30 deals a month. Way more than me, but they have a massive operation. Like they cannot shut down. I'm telling you this, dude, because I don't want to be in that position. It looks cool. Like their business looks way more sexier than my business. Right? Because they have a big fancy office, they got 50 to 100 employees, and they cannot pull the plug. Like if I decided today would be my last day of being a real estate investor, I pull the plug, I shut everything down, bounce. I only got 2 VA that I have to worry about, which means I'm going to pay them for the whole entire year so they can find something else, and that's it. Like that, like I don't want a bunch of responsibilities. I guess that's the thing. Like I don't want a bunch of responsibility. If I want to shut down and call it done, I'll do it today. But if you get to the point where you're having 50, 100 people, dude, even 30 people that are depending on you, and each of them has a family. So every single decision you make, dude, it's going to make a huge impact on their life. Huge impact. So a lot of times, some of you, you're in a position where you want to shut down. It's exhausting. You might not want to admit it. And that was me years ago. I thought that was sexy until I realized, until I was in it, I said, dude, I don't want to have any part of this, man. So a lot of times, dude, you already caught yourself in the tornado, so it's hard to shut down because you already create something so massive that you cannot stop. Because if you decided to stop, you impact 30, 50, 100 different lives. So it's hard. I do not ever want to be in that position. You can call me selfish. That's fine. I guess I am selfish. But I don't want to be waking up and grinding for other people, man. You know what I'm saying, dude? Okay. So here is how you don't get into that. Let me tell you, okay? But first off, you have got to decide what business you want to build. And you want to build that business around the life, my friend, that you want to live. Not the life I want to live, not the life Ben want to live, Bob want to live, not the life where Megan want to live, but the life that you want to live. If you want a big fancy office, you want to run 50 to 100 plus employee, cool. That's you. Go do you, right? So don't let what I'm saying stop you from doing it. Like, go do it if that's what you wanted to do. But I'm telling you that a lot of times, whatever you want, and then when you got it, you realize, oh, shit, it's not even what I want. Because what happened is during that time, dude, you let your ego actually takes over. The ego of, man, I want to feel like a boss. You know what I mean? Like, I want to look like a boss. I want to feel like a boss. I want to feel like, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm successful. That a lot of people that I'm managing, I'm running, you know, that I get to tell what to do. So sometimes your ego gets in the way, dude, but it's really not what you really want. And the only way to know that is when you already in it and you'll be like, shit. I'm just hoping that you don't caught yourself in a situation where you have built it so big that it's hard for you to stop, even when you wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, dude, maybe you wake up one day and you're like, dude, I'm tired of this. Like, I just want to be done, dude. And I want to travel for 2 years and then do something else. Who knows? But I want to be in the position where if that happens, I can. I'll be like, I'm done, dude. I'll pay my 2 VAs. I'll pay them for the whole entire year worth of pay. So they got a full year finding something else. Make sense? So make sure to build the business, dude, around the life that you want to live, okay? That's the biggest thing. Now, the next thing is, now that you got AI, now that you got AI Alex, so now that you got my AI Alex, so let's just say my AI Alex, okay, so AI Alex, filter and qualify all the leads for you already, okay? So she set the appointment, okay? So she set the appointment for all the leads that comes in. It doesn't matter if there's 100 leads that come into your pipeline a day. Dude, Alex will hit every single one of them. There's just no match. Imagine if you have 100 leads that come into your pipeline. How many employee or VA would you have to hire? So which means your overhead obviously goes up. But not with Alex, dude. With one AI, Alex, she'll qualify every single lead that comes into your pipeline. That's number one. Once again, whether it's through voice, whether they called in or they text in, doesn't matter. She will respond instantly, no delay. Okay, that's number one. So now that all the lead comes in, she'll set all the appointment. You will look at all the appointment and you will decide if it's hot, if it's warm, or if it's cold. Okay? And trust me, dude, you're not going to get that many appointments. So once Alex have qualified the lead, now listen, the business is still running with just you right now, with just you. So now the lead comes in, you can look at all the leads, you determine if it's hot, if it's warm, or if it's cold. If it's a hot lead, then what you do is you call that lead. You call that lead. I don't know about you, man, but I get maybe 1 to 3 hot leads per day that I call. And every single one of them takes me less than 20 minutes to close. So you do the math. So that's why, dude, I only spent 1 to 2 hours per day max on my wholesaling business. Now, what happened with all the warm and all the cold lead? Who called those? So I'm talking about, like, these are seller who wants close to retail, has no motivation. Who called those? Because every shot you don't take, you miss. Every offer you don't make, it's a no. So why would we want to leave out the opportunity to have a chance to get a deal if we can't? Well, prior to AI, you would have VAs, right? Either your VA or you have closer, right? Which is US employee. I call them the purchase manager. You call them acquisition. I call them the purchase manager. So you would either have a VA that you train up or somebody in the US that you train up to be your acquisition, right? To get on, negotiate, and close the deal. Well, every single closer, if you only pay them commission, then it's 10 to 20% of the close deal. Am I right or am I wrong with you guys out there trying to scale your business? So, which means your closer, you got to train them up, obviously. That takes like a month or two just to train them up. And then you pay them 10 to 20%, which is commission only. So they don't get hourly pay, which means in a month, if they can't close a deal or 2 or 3 deals, man, they're not going to be able to pay their bills. And when they don't pay their bills, guess what? They quit. They can't continue. So a lot of times when they call and they make offer and you got to motivate them, you got to inspire them. Like you got to have a powwow every day just to motivate these guys. Okay? So it takes a lot. Now you got to learn leadership skill, how to actually lead a team, how to motivate your team, because you're now becomes a leader. So it's a different type of skill that you need to learn. You need to learn how to look for talent, right? And a lot of you will be like, well, Kong, well, maybe I can hire a COO, right? Which means somebody to do that job. Well, how much are you going to pay them? Like, you know, every position that you hire out, man, dude, it costs dinero. It costs mucho money. It costs money, man. So which means if you decide to hire someone else out to replace you, so they do all the qualifying, they do all the hiring, they do all the training, they do all the babysitting, then guess what, my friend? You got to pay that person X amount of dollars. So that's why when you try to increase your, if you're trying to scale up your business, a lot of you, same thing, is that your overhead also rise. So that's why I'm saying, even though the revenue look like you're making more, but your overhead eats it all. Like your overhead just eats all the profit. So you rather would just go back to just being you. Don't have to deal with the prima donna drama of the hiring, the training, the babysitting. Let me explain. So once again, you know what I mean? Or you could pay them hourly and then boom. But what if I were to tell you that you can solve this problem with no VA, no closer, no 10 to 20% bonus or commission? What if I tell you that all your warm and cold lead can be called back by AI Ryan? Would you believe me? Some of you will and some of you won't. Whether you think it's possible or impossible, either way you're right. If you don't believe it's to be possible, listen to my call. Okay? Listen to some of the call that I uploaded. So Ryan is my purchase manager. Is my closer. So Ryan, her job is so what we do is we plug in 2 different offers. Right? We start with the low offer and then we give her the max, which is the max allowable offer to the seller. And then all I need to do is set the date, whatever date, and then whatever time. Let's just say I got 10 leads right? 10 appointment, I'm sorry. Let's say I got 10 appointments that were warm and cold that I don't want to waste time on, okay, that I don't want to waste time. But I don't have VAs and I don't want to hire a closer to train them because I don't want to increase my overhead. If I can have AI do it and keep my overhead the same, increase my profit, why not? So here's how it worked. Dude, this is the world we're living in now. And I can tell you right now, wholesaling has never been as easy as it is today. Like, which means if you know how to actually use the system and AI, you're able to work less, make more money. It is possible. So check this out. So AI Ryan, okay? So let's just say that you got 10 appointments. Okay? Let's say you got 10 appointments. And once again, all of these are cold to warm lead. Okay? All I really need to do is I just need to go into my CRM. Right? That's why you need a badass CRM. And I literally set each one of them. So let's just say seller 1, seller 2, seller 3, and so on. Let's just say seller 1, I'll be like, hey, you're going to call that seller today at, let's just say 11 a.m. So I set that. And then I'll be like, hey, you know what? The first offer, I want you to start with 100,000. And then second offer, which is the max, I want you to stop at 125. Boom. That's it. And then the second one, hey, I want you to call this one back at 11:30. Right? First offer, second offer. This one, hey, at 12 o'clock. First offer, second offer. And all I need to do is I just need to plug that in and bam, I'm done. I go on my day, doing my shit, run my errands, do whatever it is you need to do. You want to go golfing, go do your thing. And my AI Ryan, dude, will call back all the appointments that are set, date and time, offer, and she just auto dial, call, and make offer on your behalf. While you could be out golfing, shopping, running errands, dropping your kids off to a soccer game, whatever it is. This is how crazy an automation works in today's world with AI. And everything I'm telling you right now, it's not a make-believe. It's not something where I watch on YouTube and be like, hey, let's talk about this. No, it's happening in my business right now. We're doing it right now. Dude, the system is crazy, insane. So now check this out. So once again, I said every offer you don't make is a no. But then we don't want to waste time with unmotivated seller, right? Like you don't want to spend all day calling all of these 10 appointments that you know they're just not motivated. But then you don't want to pay a VA or a closer, right? And you got to train them, you got to babysit them, and you got to monitor them. Make offer. And let's just say that this offer is not accepted. Well, it goes back into our follow-up sequence. And Alex, my AI Alex, will follow up with them until they sell to us or sell to somebody else. Now, let's just say once we got the deal under contract, who does the dispo? Who's selling the deal? So right now, I don't know how many people is on your team, how many dispo you got. But for me, we currently got, I think, about seven property under contract, and I only got 2 VAs, man, that does my dispo. I only got 2 VAs that are focused on selling the deal. So I got Alex, my AI Alex, who filter and qualify the lead, Ryan, who calls, make offer, put property under contract, and me, I'm the purchase manager as well. And then once it's under contract, it goes to my VA, my dispo. Okay. And then they focus on marketing and then getting that deal sold and move it to the finish line. So I want you to think about this. If you want to start scaling your business to 50K to 100K a month. So I'm averaging, so we average about, $25,000 per deal. Okay. So, so how many deals do you need to do a month to get to 50 to 100,000? If average about $25,000 per deal. You only need to do 2 deals a month. And if you want to do 2 deals a month, my friend, and if you have AI and a badass system in your business, you don't even need a VA to sell the deal. You can sell the deal. You can sell the deal, dude. You might work an extra hour a day. That's it. And you can keep all the profit if that's what you decided to do. But I mean, my suggestion is that if you're in a position where you have the capital and you're scaling up to 50 to 100K a month, I would think you need at least 1 VA to help you with the dispo. Okay? You need at least 1 VA to kind of help you with the dispo, and then they can help manage the AI. So they can kind of oversee the AI, right? That's exactly what I would do if I were you. So literally, you can run a 6-figure a month wholesaling operation with just Alex, Ryan, 1 VA, and obviously you. That's how I would do it. Hope that helps, man. Need to go back talking to seller on the phone. More interesting content. You seems to be focused on your AI business. Honestly, dude, the whole like cold calling, okay? The whole cold calling, it gets a lot of people on. I mean, I've done so many cold calling, right? But I get a lot of people reach out to me and said, hey, Kong, I'm not a beginner. I'm not new. I've done wholesaling. I'm looking to scale. Do you have any video that shows me how to scale my business? And I can tell you right now, dude, I have not done many of that, okay? And some of you, if you want to work harder, you can. But for me, dude, I'm telling you right now, is get your AI in place. It is going to be the best investment that you will ever make. It's going to be the biggest shift and the biggest change, and it will make the most impact in your business this year, 2026, just like it did for me, okay? Now, for those of you who is looking for the CRM with AI, with, powered by AI, and you want Alex and you want Ryan on your team, just like mine, if you're on YouTube, the link is in my description. If you're on TikTok, link is in my bio. If you're on Instagram, then all you need to do is DM me or comment the word AI, and I'll send you the link. But any question you guys got? I know someone said you want to jump on a cold call role play. Okay. Whoever, just comment. You want to jump on a cold call role play? Or drop me your phone number. So here's the thing. For those of you who's watching this, if you have a team, whether they're qualifying leads, whether they are your closer, drop me their phone number and let me call them. Let's put them to the test, man. Because, for those of you, if you've done 1 deal or 2 deals, you don't know, you haven't hired and you haven't done the hiring, the training part yet. And you think, oh man, it's not that hard, it's easy. Dude, I've been doing it for 15 years, and I'm telling you, man, the biggest thing with trying to grow and scale a business, the toughest and the bottleneck is actually employee. You got to train them, you got to hire them, you got to babysit them. And a lot of times you spend 2 months to train them, they quit, or maybe they don't work out because they're not at it, like they're just not doing the job. You got to let them go, or they quit, and you can start the process all over again. And that time is what's costing you money. Because it costs your time to train them. And then when you train them, they don't do the work like they're supposed to. So leads comes in, they don't know how to talk on the phone and qualify them or negotiate correctly, miss opportunity. So for me, it's like, if you can replace that and have AI, why wouldn't you? Okay. So who has a team? Drop me your phone number. Who wants to jump on a cold call role play? Or maybe you got a, let me see here, TikTok. Who wants to jump on a cold call role play? Or maybe you have a, maybe I can call your team. Maybe you have a team of closers. You're like, Kong, dude, my closers are good. Well, let's test them. Let's test them. Drop me the number and I'll call them. Tony said training VAs suck because when you lose them, it's a waste of time. Yeah, dude. It is, man. And a lot of you, what you're doing too is, I know a lot of you, when you're trying to scale, you know, you don't want to do the training. So you search for company, and there's plenty of company out there that will provide you with VAs where they said that they already been pre-trained, which means they already trained the VA up. But I'm telling you right now, with 15 years of experience, 15 years of being in the real estate game, those company never train these VA up like they're supposed to. And if you don't believe me, just record the phone call or have them record the phone call and send it to you. But a lot of times they'll pick out some good one, you know. But what I'm saying is you got to record the call on a daily basis, and you got to audit their call. And this is something that Lon used to do, where she literally spent most of her day auditing all the calls from the VAs. And that's why she knows, dude, doesn't matter how much you train them, they just don't perform like they're supposed to. And she spent months training them, dude. They're just not. There's a language barrier between them, and it's just weird. But they can do dispo, no problem. They can sell deals, no problem. Okay. So let's go. Drop me the phone number. Let's see some phone number, man. Let's see some phone number. Anybody wants to jump on a cold call role play? Nobody. Levy, dude, I'm calling stuff off Zillow and I'm doing 20 on 20 cash return. Levi, I'm not sure what you mean, bro. Like, listen, dude. I'm so tired. Okay, let me say this. What do you mean by 20? Okay, Levi, drop me your phone number, dude. Okay, I am now going to get rid of all the whole thing where you guys are trying to get deals on Zillow. Dude, you Levi, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. But let me tell you this, dude. For those of you, if you want to spend time chasing leads on Zillow, dude, it's a waste of time, bro. Waste of time, dude. I'm telling you right now. I've seen I've seen some of these guys' video. Oh man, Zillow. Hey, you know, property's worth, you know, they're listing for 100,000. Just call and offer them and get them down to 90K, dude. That's not how it works, bro. And hey, and just get them down to 90K, dude. That's not how it works, bro. And I don't know what you mean by 20 on 20 cash return. I have no clue what you're talking about, dude. Okay. So Levi, how many hours do you spend cold calling Zillow? So, bro, listen, I'm telling you guys, dude, the game, bro. Okay, let me bring you on a call, Levi. Let's talk, dude. Dude, if you're chasing Zillow, if you're chasing for sale by owner, if you're chasing property that are listed on the MLS, dude, you're going to spend 8 hours a day grinding. Levi said cash flow, like you put 20 down, bro. Dude, bro, my question to you, dude, is have you got rich yet? You're talking about cash flow. Bro, dude, let me call you, dude. A lot of you, bro, you have no clue what you're talking about, dude. So let me bring you on a phone. 385-415. Dude, you're talking about bro. Some of you are talking about cash flow, bro. You're not even rich yet. Cash flow ain't gonna make you 100,000 a month, bro. Yo. Levi, okay, talk to me, dude.
So I came from like high ticket sales. I was doing timeshare for like 2 years.
Okay.
And I seen this guy's video, and I seen your videos a while ago too.
Sure.
There's this guy that was saying, "Oh, if you go and call houses on Zillow, you offer them 70% list price or less, and you just make sure it's cash flowing. Then you can assign those." And that's what I've been doing.
Okay. So my question to you, dude, is how long have you been So how long you been doing it?
I straight up just started, and I'm trying to like.
Oh, bro. Okay, hold on a second. So you're telling me that you just started?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you know that? So how many deals have you done then?
I've done 0 deals. So I just took some guy's course.
Bro, dude, Levi, I have to hang up, dude. Bro, like I have to hang up, dude. Do you guys, bro? Like, dude, I have to hang up, man. So some of you be like, well, why do you hang up? Well, bro, once again, it proved my point. Like, he just started. He's talking about 20%, like cash on cash. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Okay. So unless he tells me that, hey, I got results, then okay, let's continue talking. But I'm telling you, Levi, hey, listen, dude, you do you. Just because we don't have a lot of time here. So let me explain. You do you. But I'm telling you, if it was that easy just to get on Zillow and hey, bro, I'm telling you, dude, you will be locking yourself in your room 8 hours a day. Calling for sell by owner. Calling everybody that's on Zillow. Dude, you're targeting the exact same leads that everybody else is doing. So you got to be on there pounding on the phone, dude, calling 8 hours a day and making an offer. Now, obviously, dude, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Because you have no capital, sure. Because some of you, dude, you got no money. And some of you, dude, I don't understand how you have no money. And honestly, Levi, you said that you have no JOB, dude. How much money you got in your bank right now, bro? Levi, answer me, dude. If you tell me that you got no JOB, dude, it shouldn't be LOL, dude. That's not funny, dude. And let me tell you why it's not funny. Because a lot of you, dude, you look down at the JO or the B. You shouldn't. Because your JOB, dude, should be the starting point, dude, because you need money coming in to fund your wholesaling business. So my question to you is, Levi, how much money you have in the bank? If you don't, if you got no money in the bank right now, dude, and you have no JOB, this is what I would do if I were you. I'm not saying that you should do it. I'm saying this is what I would do if I was in your shoes. If I was in your shoes, dude, I would go get a JOB, dude. Where I live, dude, they're paying you $20 an hour just to flip a burger. Dude, they pay you $20 just to flip a burger. So what I'm gonna do, dude, is I'm gonna go there 9 to 5, and then I'm gonna work 5 to 9. Dude, you guys have no clue what you're talking about, bro. And the money that I'm gonna get from my 9 to 5, dude, instead of putting in and spending 8 hours calling Zillow, dude, I'm gonna put that and I'm gonna start and get my Facebook ads running. I'm gonna focus on, instead of me chasing after every leads that everybody see online, right? Wasting 8 hours a day. I'd rather just go work, take that money, dude, set up my Facebook ads, feed it, and then, dude, just wait for them to come to me. Instead of chasing them, I'm gonna have them come to me. So is it possible to get a deal in 30 days and make 22K off an assignment? So Levi, first off, nothing is impossible. That's number one. But number two, the chance of you closing a deal in 30 days from Zillow, I would say, dude, you gotta be calling at least 8 hours a day. And even that, I don't even know if you'll be able to get a deal. And why would you only want to make 2,000, bro? Because that's a guy that tell you that he'll pay you $2,000 for an assignment? Bro, Levi, the problem here, dude, is that you're thinking too small. Like, why would you want to spend 8 hours a day, every day, calling, and then just to make an assignment and just to make 2,000, bro? You could have gone and got a J-O the B, dude, and make $2,000 a month. So Levi, number one, dude, is that if you haven't gotten to the point where you're making at least $25,000 a month and have at least $100,000 cash, liquid cash in your bank, stop talking about passive income. Stop talking about cash on cash. Okay? So what you need to focus on, dude, is how can I increase my active income? How can I get rich now? And that's through building your own business. But you need the money to fund the business, bro, if you want to work smarter. Follow what I'm saying? So, dude, if they pay me $20 to go flip a burger, I'll go my 9 to 5. Every month, I'm going to live below my mean. I'll take the money that I have from my 9 to 5, dude, and I put it in running Facebook ads, and I just have leads comes in. Once the lead comes in, dude, you're the only one who's talking to them. Levi, I'm just sharing with you, dude, what I would do to get a better results and faster results. Zillow, dude, I don't think so, bro. Zillow, cold calling for sell by owner, deal on the MLS, dude, those, forget about all of those, dude. Okay? I've done sales my entire life, only commission. I just want to get an assignment fee. I understand, dude. Levi, dude, you've done sales your whole entire life, but now that you have sales background, which is good, dude, because some of my students, bro, the one that got success the fastest, they have sales background. But you still need to learn how to negotiate because you need to learn all the terminology of real estate, right? It's like you can sell car, but now it's like selling real estate. So yes, it's a little shift, but since you already have that skills background, dude, it's going to help you a lot. But you still need to learn. Okay? But I'm just telling you, Levi, if I were you, what I would do. All right? I would not waste time on calling Zillow, dude, just to make 2,000. Okay? If you want to make 2,000 in 30 days, dude, why don't you just go get a J-O the B, bro? So once again, Levi, it's totally up to you, dude. Okay? OTM said, hold up, Kong. You switch up on cold calling. Yeah, dude. All of you guys need to understand this, dude. What worked last year does not mean it's going to work this year. Okay, this year. What got you from A to B does not mean it's going to get you to C, to D, or to Z. Do you guys understand? Like, everybody on here, do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So a lot of you, dude, you're still doing the old shit that used to work. And you wonder why, man, dude, it's so hard to get deals. It's not that hard, bro. And that's why as an entrepreneur, we got to adjust and we got to adapt. We got to move. We got to pivot. And we got to do it fast. Speed. Dude, you got to move fast, bro. Especially in this world right now. Dude, you better move fast. You see, there were a time where cold calling worked really well. And there were a time where SMS works really, really well. Like if those who got in early, right, dude, it works really well. But with all the laws, the regulations, everything that's coming out, everybody's doing it, things starting to stop working. You know, direct mail, I remember, dude, when we were doing direct mail, man, oh my gosh, bro, we were making so much money. Because not a whole lot of people were doing it until everybody do it, then it stopped working. And then there were a time where there was RVM, which is ringless voicemail. Bro, people were spending, dude, people were getting $30 a leads, $5 a leads, dude, and they were making bank with RVM. Basically, there's a systems where you take the list, you upload it, and one click of a button, it drops a voicemail into every single of those people's phone number without it ringing. So it just shows on your phone, hey, you got a voicemail. So you listen to it. Boom. And that works for a while, and now nobody talks about it anymore. So what I'm saying, that things used to work, bro, and then it will stop working. And then you got to figure out the next thing, and then you got to shift, and you got to pivot. And that's why, dude, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you cannot completely just like step away. If you completely step away from your business, I'm telling you, dude, within a few months, dude, your business is it's gonna go down, dude. We all want to step away, but you always want to make sure you have you gotta keep your hands, dude, you gotta keep a pulse on it, man. Trust me, I made that mistake. I was stepping away it's not about, yeah. So REM used to work, doesn't work anymore, okay? So now I'm telling you what's working right now, dude. And I don't know how long this is gonna last. I think it's gonna last until, I don't know how long this is gonna last. But right now what's working, and it keeps your cost per lead low, cheap, dude, is through Facebook ads. And that's how my students, dude, spent $90 and got 3 leads from Facebook ads. You need to understand, these are people who you're the only one that they're talking to. They're reaching out to you. So when you're talking to them, dude, right? They're not talking to 10 other investors. So right now I'm saying that Facebook ad is a gold mine. Can it go away in 2027? Yes. I mean, could it continue? Yes. But what I do know is that if more people get onto Facebook ads, the price will go up and your cost per lead will get more and more expensive because you're trying to buy the spot, right? You're trying to buy the spot. That's why. So it's going to go up and then eventually it will go away and then something else will come up. And for those of you who ask me, hey, Kong, how do I get my Facebook ads set up? So I'm going to give you 3 different ways to do it. And then I think after that, we're just going to end the live, man. Okay? But once again, I just want to remind every one of you who's watching this right now, do not make this mistake. Unless you have a business, number 1, you have to have a business because you're not going to get rich or become financially free working at a job. Okay, so you're going to use this to kickstart your business, whatever business you want to get in. In this case, we're talking about wholesaling real estate. Until your wholesaling real estate gets to a point where you're making consistently $25,000 a month, I'm talking about net, which means you're making $300,000 a year, and until you have at least $100,000 stacked away cash in the bank, then you can go talk about passive income. That's when I feel like you're ready to start buying rental. Okay? I don't care if you buy Section 8. Let me tell you, man, don't even get me started with Section 8. I know some of you on here are like, oh man, Section 8. The thing with Section 8 is, yes, maybe you get high cash flow, right? Because you're renting out. And most of the time, the place that you buy in are like very cheap. They're very cheap, but the quality of the renter is also not so bueno. So a lot of times, and the appreciation in those areas, you don't get a whole lot of appreciation. Okay? Now, the problem with Section 8 is when the renter moves out, I'm telling you, dude, all the money that you thought that you profit, it goes straight back into rehab. It goes right back into fixing the property up and then renting out to another Section 8. So honestly, do you really make any money? Maybe on one house, right? After the turnover, maybe you make $500. Bro, you guys have no clue what you're talking about. Okay? So, dude, a lot of you do. You absolutely have no clue what you're talking about. Javier, dude, hey, Rod, hey, dude, bro. I keep on forgetting your name or how to pronounce it. Bro, I don't know if you saw the video, but we finally got the official date, launch date for AI Dream Team, which is Alex and Ryan. It's about to be born and in your business, bro. And that is April 1st. And dude, I am super pumped up and excited, man. to share with you, like, dude, the CRM and how everything works, dude. It's gonna be very, very powerful. So a lot of you, you don't understand anything about passive income because you have none. So until you get to the point where you got rich already, right? At this point, you have your own business, right? Your business making you $25,000 a month. You're making $300,000 a month or a year. You'd stack away $100,000. So now I would say now that you're in a position where life is good, right? Life is good. So now you'll be like, well, how can I pay less to Uncle Sam? And so let me explain why people buy rental property, my friend. For those of you who don't understand, dude, let me put you on the game so you stop making the wrong decisions because of all these people talking about passive income online. I'm telling you, dude, they don't make that much money from passive. I have 14 rentals. I know what the hell I'm talking about because I used to be just like you. Are you like, oh man, it's so cool to tell people, hey, I own, this many rentals or that apartment. I'm telling you right now, dude, it's just sexy, but not a whole lot of money. So let me explain. So let's just say that you buy one, dude. I'm taking you guys to school, man. Hold on a second. Let me make sure the TikTok still work here. Dude, I'm taking you guys to school. Okay, so for those of you, just so you understand how rental work, you need to understand rich people buy rental property only for two reasons. You know what that is? The rich people they buy rental property. Number one, it's not cash flow like you think. Number one is, actually, that's number two. I'm sorry. The biggest reason why the rich buy rental property is because of this. They don't want to pay 40 to 50% to Uncle Sam. Dude, it's the only reason why rich people buy rental property, bro. Because they don't want to pay, man, 40 to 50% to Uncle Sam. So if you were to make $1 million a year, right? And if you don't own any rental, 40% goes to Uncle Sam, which means $400,000 go to Uncle Sam. So rich people would be like, dude, man, I don't know, bro, I'm not happy with this, dude. How can I keep this? So they'll be like, well, they're accounting. Hey, I'm not an accounting. I'm not a CPA. I'm not giving you any kind of legal financial advice. Please do your own research. But from my experience, they'll be like, well, how can I save this? So, and that's why they go and they buy the rental. And this rental might pay you. They pay you this, dude. That's what you call passive income. This rental, this house here will spit after mortgage, expense, property manager, maintenance, vacancy, all of that. So you got to calculate it in, man. And it might give you $250 a month. Might. Let me ask you a question. When you're making $1 million a year, bro, do you care about $250? Let's be real, dude. Come on, man. Shit, dude. Let's be real, bro. When you're making $1 million a year, would you care about $250 a month? You don't. No shit, you don't. Who cares? Dude, even when you're making $25,000 a month, bro, at this time, all you're thinking is, how can I go from 25 to 50K? Or how can I go from 50K to 100K? You don't think about, oh man, dude, I'm going to get a paycheck this month for $250. So now let's do the math so you understand. So if I take $250 times 12, so which means in a year, this rental is going to pay you $3,000, right? So you get $3,000 from owning this house. That you might have 20% of your money stuck in here. So you might have $200,000 stuck in here, or maybe $100,000 stuck in here, or maybe $50,000 stuck in here. So you took your 50K, 100K, whatever it is, it's locked up in this house, and that house pay you $250. Bro. Like, how does that even make sense? because nobody breaks down the math for you like your boy King Kong does. So once again, that 250 times it by 12, you get $3,000 a year. You're like, oh man, yeah, I got to keep $3,000 a year, bro, without working. Shit, get out of here, dude. Now check this out. Now 3,000, let's just say that renter decided to move out. You never thought about that? The renters move out, dude. It's called turnover. So which means, dude, you got to go in there, dude. You got to paint. You got to put in new carpet, etc. And bam, guess what? Oh, man, my bank called me because I got to send out a wire. Hold on a second. It's going to cost you more, bro. Hold on. Hello, it's Con. Good, Jason. Do you need the wire code? Yep, 1984. 250 to 250 to guardian title. Oh yes, let me do the transfer. Thanks, Jason. Thank you. Bye. Okay, man, I gotta go. Okay, so let me do. Okay, so hold on a second. I gotta do a quick transfer. Oh shoot, dude, my TikTok was on. Holy shit. Okay, hold on a second. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So I gotta do my transfer really quick here. And then we should be able to go. Sorry, I just need to transfer some cash from another bank to another bank account so we can get this wire out. Boom, done. Oh my gosh, I forgot my TikTok was on. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. So the turnover, dude, with just paint. Oh, man, this is what happened when you go live. So with just paint, dude, just paint alone, it's probably going to cost you $5,000. So actually, so your money is stuck in this house. And you actually, when you do the turnover, dude, you have to get it come out of pocket with another $2,000. So you actually pay money just to own that property. Do you understand what I'm saying now? This is why, dude, the rich, they only buy rental property, number one, so they don't have to pay 40 to 50% Uncle Sam. The next reason why they do it is for appreciation. Just like if you were to put your money in stocks or in crypto, for those of you who's in that. But real estate is more secure. Ain't gonna go nowhere. You don't just wake up and poof, the house is gone. And if it does, insurance will pay for you. Right? And that's why, dude. So they'd be like, hey, if I put 400K in this house, 10 years later, dude, my 400K is going to be 800,000. So real estate typically double in 10 to 15 years. So it's a way for them to park their money and store their wealth. So when it comes to rental property, it's truly a long-term game. It's not an overnight. It's a long-term play, man. So if you want to start making $25,000 a month or $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month, you do not want to go the rental way. You want to build the business. So if you were to have 10 to 20,000 in your bank and you thinking about, oh, if I just go buy a rental property, that's my way out. No, dude, you just lock yourself in for another 20 years. Which means, bro, you ain't going to be quitting the job anytime soon, my friend. But a lot of you also don't want to take the risk. You don't want to take the risk. You don't want to build a business, and that's fine. If that's you, you'd be like, hey, Kong, I don't want to build a business. I don't want to take the risk. I want to put my money where it's safe, and I want to sit on it for 10, 20 years. Okay, cool. Then just know that you're going to be working for the man or the woman for the next 10 to 20 years. That's it. Actually, if that's your mindset, you will be working there until you die, until you're 65. All right? So stop talking about passive income. The key is you gotta get rich first. Once you got rich, then you can talk about building wealth. But until then, dude, stop talking about building wealth. Stop talking about buying rental property because you have no clue what you're talking about. So when you do try to talk, people just laugh at you. The people who understand the game, they just laugh at you. Let me prove to you one more. Okay, so all of you here that's watching, you understand what I'm saying. So let's just say 5 years ago. Okay, let's just go back 5 years ago. 5 years ago, if you were to buy a house, how much money do you think you would have made? Like, did you 2x? Did you 3x? Or did you 1x? But imagine if you were to take that same amount of money, dude, and you put into Bitcoin. Now, hold on. I'm not telling you to put your money in Bitcoin, but I'm just saying, if you're talking about, dude, if you're talking about like different ways to do it, I'm saying real estate, dude. Now listen, I own 14 rentals. I love real estate. But I'm just saying, dude, this is the new world we're living in. Like real estate used to be the it, right? It's like the it. But I'm starting to think that things start to change, man. Every industry, every business, dude, is going to get disrupted, regardless, because nothing lasts forever. Now check this out. Imagine 5 years ago, if you would have took your 100,000 instead of buying a house, dude. What if you would have put into Bitcoin? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Dude, you probably would have 5x. I don't know. You probably would have 10x. I don't know. I can't remember what the price of Bitcoin was 5 years ago. What if it was 10 years ago? Because real estate only doubles every 10 to 20 years. But literally, crypto, Bitcoin, dude, you would have got 100x, 1,000x. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, dude, is there's many ways to build wealth. There's many ways to do it, but you got to get rich first. You know, so buying rental used to be the it thing. It's like, that's the way that you build wealth. There's really no other way, you know? But I'm just saying in today's, dude, there's different ways to do it. You just have to decide which route you want to take and how much risk you want to take. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously real estate, we know that it's here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere, right? Bitcoin is kind of still scary, right? I mean, it has become more and more like we know, but we can't just guarantee. And I guess there's no guarantee in life. So you just have to take your battle, man. But once again, because now, let's just say now, okay, for example, let's say now you have $50,000 in your bank, okay? Like, listen, I want you to understand all of this so you can make the best decision for yourself financially, because you need to understand. So let's just say you have 50,000 right now, and you go and put into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at what, 70,000? So it has to go to 140 just for you just to double your money. How long is that going to take? A year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Even if, you know, because going from 50,000 to 100,000, do you think that's going to change your life? And the question is, could you do it again? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, could you do it again? Could you do it within a year? Probably not. So that's why, and it's also a risk, you know. I mean, you could go buy 50,000 in Bitcoin and it drops. But that's why I'm saying, you know, people think that I'm against, you know, Bitcoin or crypto. I'm not against Bitcoin, dude. I have right now, dude, I have about 500,000 still in crypto, right? I believe that Bitcoin will get to, you know, 500K, $1 million, a coin one day. Like I have that belief that I know it's going to get there. But right now, if you want to take your 50,000, you're going to go buy it. You want to wait for 10 years for it to hit 50,000 or 500,000. But what you should have done is you could have taken your 50,000 right now, kickstart your business, but it's not even guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is guaranteed. It's just which one do you want to go with? Okay. So if you were to take your 50,000 and you go build the business, literally within a year of wholesaling, you could be making 25,000 a month. So why would you want to wait for 10 years to 10x when you can literally 10x within a year, 2 years of actually building the business? Okay. Someone on here said, hey, you know the price of Bitcoin, but not the value. Okay, listen, man. My question to you, dude, how much money do you have in Bitcoin? And how much have you made already? Are you financially set? Have you retired your parent from Bitcoin? Like, bro, like a lot of you, dude, all you do is you go on here and you just talk shit. But you have you have nothing to back it up. If you're like, oh man, you know the price, you don't know the value. Like, okay, you sound so cool, okay? So my question is, has Bitcoin retired you and retire your family? Are you financially set? Is Bitcoin giving you 100,000 a month? Like, tell me, bro. If the answer is no, then who cares, dude? I don't care, bro. Like, dude, I don't care, dude. Anyways, I appreciate each and every single one of you that are here with me. I honestly, listen, I love the whole question battle. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not offended in any way, shape, or form. Like, but it's just the way that I react to question. Like, that's just me. If you sit down and talk to me, that's just my normal way of responding. Like, whatever goes here, dude, boop. Like, I just don't think. Like, whatever I feel like, dude, that's what I believe. That's what I'm going to say. Like, I just don't try to filter and everything, you know? So, but the way that I come off, I just want to let you know that I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not offended. It's just how I talk. Okay? Oh, yeah, Dixon said, how do I, okay. Oh, man, I want to get off so bad, dude. I got to go, man. I got to go hit the gym. But hold on. So here it is. For those of you who's still here and you're talking about Facebook ads, there's only 3 ways to do it, man. There's only 3 ways to get your Facebook ad start up and launch and actually be profitable. Number 1, dude, is you gotta hire expert. Okay? They would charge you about $10,000 just to set it up, and then probably $2,500 a month, right? Recurring, to manage your Facebook ads. So they charge you $10,000 and then $2,500 every month to manage it. But you have no knowledge. You would have to depend on that expert. Been there, done it. Dude, we have spent over $20,000. Got no results. Because they not just working on you, but they have hundreds of other clients. Okay? Number 2, the second way to do it is yourself. The second way to do it is yourself. You got to go through the trial and the error. You got to learn it. And this is going to cost you time and money. No matter what, dude, it will cost you money. Because the trial and the error, everybody thinks like, oh, launching Facebook ads, like I can do it. Yeah. There's the right way to do it and there's the wrong way to do it. I mean, we have done this and we have done this. So Lon went, right, because the expert didn't work out. So Lon said, hey, I'm going to do this myself. For those of you who don't know who Lon is, the wifey, aka the boss, she's the one in the back that runs the whole entire business. Okay? So so she went and be like, you know what, I'm going to figure this out myself. Dude, it was a black hole. You know what I'm saying, dude? Dude, it was, so basically you can get leads, but the lead are junk. They're garbage. And we were spending so much money learning, trial, testing. Probably, dude, cost us another 10, 20, 30 G's. So finally, this is you. Option number 3. So for me, it's working with me. So instead of giving you the fish where you have to depend on me, I'll teach you how to fish. So you don't have to try to do it yourself and go through the time of wasting and the money. My team and I will help you. You don't have to be tech savvy. Most of my students couldn't even use DocuSign. But what we do is we walk you through every step of the way. We'll show you how to manage it, how to run it. We'll even share with you all the ads that's currently working, right? So you can just copy and paste. So that is with me. I'll show you how to fish, and it's lifetime access, 24/7 support. You only pay me once. I'll show you how to. So I'll teach you how to fish so you can fish for life. You can go into any ocean you want, Atlanta, Pacific, doesn't matter. Which means you can go into any market and dominate. You can turn on and off your ads anytime you want. You can put as much money in it as you want. So my students, they are spending between $5 to $50 a day, and they're getting between 1 to 5 leads per day. Dixon, if you are interested and want to become a student and want to learn how to do that, then let me give you Angie's phone number. All you need to do is text her. Hey, text her, hey, want to join the academy to get Facebook ads set up. So this is Angie's number. So just text her and she'll take good care of you. 360, what is it? 360-429-0245. 0245. Okay? So that's Angie's phone number. So you just need to text her. Wait, you wholesale world nationwide. That is correct, man. We are now in 20-something different market. So 360-429-0245. Text Angie, Facebook ads, and she will reach out to you, and then she'll go through exactly what's included, what's the pricing, and you can decide if it's the right fit for you. I'm not a pressure guy, okay? Works great, doesn't, no problem. Now, once again, finally, before I wrap this up, for those of you who want to get early access and be one of the first 100 investors to get access to my AI Alex and Ryan, if you're on YouTube, link is in my description. So it's the first link at the bottom. Click on there. If you're on Instagram, then just DM me or comment the word AI, and I'll send you the link. I appreciate each and every single one of you that's here. I look forward to seeing you on the next live. Until next time, take care. Let's go get this money. I'm out. Man, it's been a long life.